Men Are from Mars and Women Are from Venus, Part 2 by John Gray. The author of the book, John Gray, tells the story of Maggie and her fiancé Jeff, who were planning to marry each other after more than 6 months of engagement. Everything was fine and they were living happily, and then, for no reason, Jeff began to ignore Maggie. He preferred to isolate himself. Maggie couldn't understand the reason for this loneliness, since he had been so sweet all these past months, and now he doesn't even want to talk to her. Maggie tried hard to get him back by motivating him to talk, but whenever she did so, he tends to isolate himself more and more. Maggie was so frightened and panicked that she thought she was the cause of Jeff's status. Maggie talked to John Gray about this problem, and he told her that the solution is simple and easy, and it lies in understanding man's instinct. Men are like rubber bands. When they pull away, they bounce back again with a lot more love. This means that when a man loves a woman, he needs to withdraw before he can get close to her again. This is considered an innate matter in the man, coming from the man's desire for independence, meaning that after they satisfy their needs of love, they have a desire for independence and freedom. And when they have enough independence and freedom, they go back again and return to their woman, searching for love and affection, just like rubber bands. It's worth mentioning here that women shouldn't disturb the silence of the man's isolation, as this act doesn't enable the man to have the right amount of dependency and freedom in order to come back. And therefore, he doesn't return to his woman, and things get worse between the couple. When Maggie understood this instinct in man, she felt very comfortable, and her anxiety and trouble disappeared, and she began applying this idea with her husband Jeff. And the results were very amazing, as her relationship with Jeff returned to what it was and they lived happily. Bit to remember, men are like rubber bands. When a man loves a woman, he needs to withdraw before he can get close to her again. John Gray tells us the story of Bill and Mary when they came to him for some marriage counseling, since they had been married for more than 6 years. Belle began the conversation by saying, "I can't understand my wife Mary. She can be for many weeks the most wonderful woman in the world, who gives her love to me and to our family unconditionally. Then she suddenly becomes overloaded with what she's doing to us and gets unhappy and very negative, and in this period there are huge fights between us. I don't know what to do with her. It's not my fault that she's unhappy." Here, John explained the big mistake that many men make, including Belle. Most men don't know that a woman is like a wave. When she feels loved, her self-esteem increases and decreases in a wave movement. When she feels satisfied with herself, she rises until she reaches the top, but breakage occurs after that, which is temporary, as she falls until she reaches the bottom. As soon as she touches the bottom, her mood changes again and she feels satisfied with herself, and this cycle repeats continuously, just like a wave. During the falling and breaking phase, the husband should consider his wife's feelings, and he shouldn't try to fix her, nor give explanations why she shouldn't be upset or sad. He should only listen to her carefully and give her all the kinds of support, kindness, and love. It's also worth noting that when a man provides support to a woman, she may become more upset than before, and this is considered normal because she's on her way to the bottom. So the man must be patient and continue to listen and support until she reaches the bottom and begins to rise again to the top. When Bill knew this valuable information, he applied it with his wife Mary and obtained amazing results, as they both understood each other's feelings and the problems and fights decreased significantly. Bit to remember, a woman's self-esteem goes up and down like a wave. When it hits the bottom, it's time to do an emotional cleansing. A common mistake made by men is that most of them think that they can score big points with women if they do something great, such as buying a car or jewelry or even traveling abroad on vacation. while they think that they score few points if they do small things like opening the car door or buying a flower, and therefore you see him focusing on the great things at the expense of the little things. But in fact, this equation doesn't work with women. When a woman writes down points, no matter how big or small the gift is, for her, it's equal to 1 point. So every gift has the same value, while the man believes that each small gift is equal to 1 point, while each large gift is equal to 30 points, and therefore he focuses on 1 or 2 large gifts. This is one of the main causes of conflict between men and women. In this context, the writer mentions the story of Pam and Cheek, where Pam said, "I give a lot to Cheek and he ignores me. All he cares about is his work." So Cheek replies, "But it's my work that pays for our beautiful home, and through it we can travel on vacation. You should be happy for that." Pam replies by saying, "I don't care about home and vacation. I want more from you." Then Cheek said, "You seem to make it sound like you're giving too much." And she says, I do so much for you. I do the laundry, I make meals, I clean the house, and you do only one thing. You go to the work in order to pay for the bills, and you expect me to do the rest of the work." And after both Pam and Cheek understood the concept of scoring for men and women, they are able to stop blaming and solve their problems with love. As Cheek learned that doing simple things for his wife has a great and positive impact on their relationship, there are many ways in which a man can score points with a woman, the most important of which are listening to her, hugging her, giving flowers as a gift, complimenting her appearance, helping her with housework, calling her when she's late. Bit to remember, when a woman writes down the score, no matter how big or small the gift of love is, it's equal to 1 point. Each gift has the same value. Controversy and arguments are one of the most difficult challenges facing the relationship between the Venusians and the Martians. When men and women disagree about a specific topic such as money, decisions, schedules, values, or household responsibilities, this argument turns into a debate, then into arguments, and then into fights. And when they reach this level, the friendly conversation between the couple stops, and each one of them begins to hurt the other by blaming, complaining, or accusing. And such arguments have serious negative effects on the relationship between the couple, and therefore, the author of the book, John Gray, recommends that the couple shouldn't argue with each other, and advises that the arguments for and against the topic should be discussed, and you should negotiate about what you want without argument. The author explains that the secret to avoid arguments is the friendly and respectful communication between the couple. Arguments and differences of points of views don't hurt, but what hurts is the way we express them. Many couples start arguing about a specific topic, and then, after 5 minutes, you find them arguing about the way of argument, and without awareness, both of them begin to hurt the feelings of each other, and the love gradually dies. Here, it's worth noting some of the main images that the Martians or Venusians may use when they feel pain as a result of a certain argument. So men use fighting in their argument, as they see that the best method of defense is to attack, and they may use the escape method to avoid confrontation, so they isolate themselves in their caves and they may never return. On the other hand, the Venusians use the method of pretending when they are in pain during the argument. So, you see them pretend that there's no problem and put a smile on their lips and appear happy. And they use the method of enclosure, which means that they give up instead of arguing, accept the blame, and take responsibility for anything that upsets their life partner. Here, it's important to note that each of the couple should be aware of these used methods so that each of the two partners can understand the other and avoid arguments as much as possible. Bit to remember, just as communication is the most important element in relationships, arguments can be the most destructive element. Thanks for watching. Please follow our social media accounts. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.